Stellar value equivalent to 2.457 rands a coin. The present cost range 2.308 2.22. The earlier day close 2.764. The change was 0.07, 141%. Reverse rate ZAR to XLM. Stellar cost expectation for August 2024. Initially cost at 265 rands. Excessive cost 265, while low cost 215. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 244. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 231. Change for August 12.8%. Stellar figure for September 2024. Initially cost at 231 rands. Excessive cost 262, while low cost 218. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 242. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 245. Change for September 6.1%. Stellar cost expectation for October 2024. To start with cost at 245 rands. Exorbitant cost 258, while low cost 224. The found the middle value of cost 242. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 241. Change for October 16%. Stellar estimate for November 2024. To start with cost at 241 rands. Exorbitant cost 274, while low cost 238. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 252. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 256. Change for November 62%. Stellar cost expectation for December 2024. At the outset cost at 256 rands. Excessive cost 269, while low cost 233. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 252. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 251. Change for December 2%. Stellar conjecture for January 2025. At the outset cost at 251 rands. Exorbitant cost 273, while low cost 237. The found the middle value of cost 254. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 255. Change for January 16%. Stellar cost expectation for February 2025. First and foremost cost at 255 rands. Exorbitant cost 317, while low cost 255. The found the middle value of cost 281. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 296. Change for February 1%. Stellar figure for Walk 2025. Before all else cost at 296 rands. Excessive cost 361, while low cost 296. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 323. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 337. Change for spring 13.9%. Stellar cost expectation for April 2025. Before all else cost at 337 rands. Excessive cost 381, while low cost 331. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 351. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 356. Change for April 6%. Stellar gauge for May 2025. To start with cost at 356 rands. Exorbitant cost 356, while low cost 286. The found the middle value of cost 327. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 38. Change for May 13.5%. Stellar cost expectation for June 2025. At the outset cost at 358 rands. Excessive cost 382, while low cost 308. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 339. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 357. Change for June 15.9%. Stellar conjecture for July 2025. At the outset cost at 357 rands. Excessive cost 386, while low cost 336. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 360. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 361. Change for July 1%. Stellar cost expectation for August 2025. First and foremost cost at 361 rands. Exorbitant cost 448, while low cost 361. The found the middle value of cost 397. Stellar cost estimate toward the month's end 419. Change for August 1%. Stellar estimate for September 2025. First and foremost cost at 419 rands. Exorbitant cost 456, while low cost 396. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 424. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 426. Change for September 17%. Stellar cost expectation for October 2025. Before all else cost at 426 rands. Excessive cost 463, while low cost 403. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 431. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 433. Change for October 16%. Stellar figure for November 2025. Before all else cost at 433 rands. Excessive cost 454, while low cost 394. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 426. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 424. Change for November 21%. Stellar cost expectation for December 2025. At the outset cost at 424 rands. Excessive cost 526, while low cost 424. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 467. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 492. Change for December 16%. Stellar conjecture for January 2026. Before all else cost at 492 rands. Excessive cost 492, while low cost 418. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 463. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 449. Change for January 87%. Stellar cost expectation for February 2026. In the first place cost at 449 rands. Exorbitant cost 514, while low cost 446. They found the middle value of cost 472. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 480. Change for February 69%. Stellar gauge for Walk 2026. In the first place cost at 480 rands. Exorbitant cost 522, while low cost 454. They found the middle value of cost 486. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 488. Change for spring 17%. Stellar cost expectation for April 2026. Initially cost at 488 rands. Excessive cost 488, while low cost 398. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 451. Stellar cost figure toward the month's end 428. Change for April 3%. Stellar figure for May 2026. At the outset cost at 418 rands. Excessive cost 465, while low cost 405. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 433. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 435. Change for May 16%. Stellar cost expectation for June 2026. At the outset cost at 435 rands. Excessive cost 5 and 8, while low cost 435. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 463. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end 475. Change for June 2%. Stellar conjecture for July 2026. At the outset cost at 475 rands. Excessive cost 505, while low cost 439. They found the middle value of cost 473. Stellar cost gauge toward the month's end 472. Change for July's and 6%. Stellar cost expectation for August 2026. At the outset cost at 472 rands. Excessive cost 514, while low cost 446. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 478. Stellar cost conjecture toward the month's end